Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Expat Rebel Chris here. And last night we had a electrical storm with some rain, but there's just a lot of lightning. And at one point, the power went out, but then it came back almost instantly. Everything had to reboot though, and we were about to go to back to watching TV again. And then and then we got hit really close by a lightning strike, and the power went out completely. And we could tell that it wasn't just us because the next door neighbor has a generator, and we can barely hear it, and it automatically kicks in. Our solar system, that's their solar panels right there, and the rest of it's here in the bodega, kicked in. It takes about 5 minutes. At the time, we didn't have the air conditioners on. We didn't have to turn the little switch off in our closet for it because when the power comes back, it comes back with the battery being on, and it can't handle an air conditioner all that well. So we didn't really have to do anything. And the power came back. And of course, the internet took a couple of minutes for the network to come back up and running. And we were back to watching our show. And we were able to watch a few hours last night just from our house battery that's charged by our solar. And then sometime overnight, we went to bed and everything, but the house was just running perfectly normal, actually. And of course, with the storm, it was cool. We didn't need the air conditioning, so we didn't miss it. So that was fine. And then when we went to bed, the power was still out. And the only way to tell is by going into this app I have for the solar system. It tells me where the power is coming from. And it was coming from the battery. The battery was about 89% after a couple hours or so. When I went to bed in the middle of the night, I checked on it, I think around 4 a.m. And the power was back from the CFE, the Mexican utility company. And it was supplying us with electricity, and they were keeping the battery. It was like at 24%. And I think they were keeping it as a reserve at that point. It's intelligent. It figures out when the sun's going to come up, and it's going to recharge the battery when that's in, when that's going to happen, and what it should use either from CFE, which at the middle of the night maybe might be cheaper electricity. I don't know exactly if that's true or not, or if it should come from the battery and how much, depending on how much we're using, so that the battery is pretty much used by the time the sun comes up, and it'll flip over to CFE and of course the sun coming up. So right now we're probably getting a little electricity. Actually, it's pretty early in the morning. It's 8:12 a.m. And so we're probably getting some from the sun. It's a little hazy, but we're probably getting enough to power most everything, probably just off solar right now. We only use almost 1 kilowatt an hour when our house is. That's for the refrigerators, the lights, the fans, most normal stuff. And when we use an air conditioner, well, that's a big deal. That's another 2 kilowatts an hour if it's on low. If you max it out, it'll go up another 4, actually. And that's just one. And of course, we have 3 levels. We have 3 air conditioners. If we are in different rooms, that's a bigger deal. In the middle of the day, when that typically happens, we're typically in different rooms, me and my wife. And if it's hot, we turn the air conditioner on. We want to be comfortable, of course. And most of that power that we're using at that point is from the electricity company because the solar can't handle that quite that much. We have 10 panels, and we thought that was enough. And it's going to do some more wiring. It's going to change it. It's coming in a couple of days to do that, to make it a little bit more efficient. One of the air conditioners is going to run direct to the battery and solar system. And the other 2 are not. They're going to bypass it a little bit so that when the power goes out and it comes back on with just the battery, it just didn't get overloaded. That's the typical thing because it'll just not work. And then we won't have any power at all. So he's going to rewire that a little bit to fix that from happening. And that's about it. So it just worked. And we're really happy about it because we went on for a couple more hours, enjoying a couple of shows and having a good time and in the house. And it was just normal. We had no idea the power was out. It was really crazy nice to have because that has happened here more than any Yucatan on the beach, one of the beach communities in Yucatan, Mexico. And I've had more power problems here than anywhere else I've had living in Mexico for 5 years. And so this place we've had for about 3 months now. and it's the most power outages we've had. And so this solar system and the battery is to help with that being not such a pain. And it finally worked. We finally had a power outage with it, and it worked fantastically. We're very happy with it, actually. And that's it from now, from here in Yucatan, Mexico. Subscribe if you want to see more of this home renovation. We're on the home run stretch of it. We had a bunch of rain and ended with an electrical storm for a few days. And now our construction people are going to come back, and our electrician is going to come back. They got some final projects to finish before the steam room and the pool and the sidewalks are done. So looking forward to that. Like the video if this was helpful. Leave a comment if it's just a positive one. Yay, Chris, keep doing this. And of course, if you have a question about doing a home renovation in Mexico, because it is different. My wife has done several in the US, and this is our first one in Mexico. And it's definitely had some challenges, but in some regards, it's actually really nice because you can work directly with the construction workers and tell them exactly what you want. And so we're being able to get more custom work done easier than in the US. But you got to be careful on payout schedules a bit. But leave a comment if you got a question on that. Subscribe to the channel, and make sure you hit that bell notification so you'll get notice of any future videos. And I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.